I just didn't see.
Nice. You got a poster too?
Yep.
With a giant Batman on it. Because of course.
Hey, man, Batman takes center stage with this thing.
That's what I heard.
Pretty,
That's what I heard.
The writing of this movie is A+.
Okay.
The acting of it, B+.
Okay.
It's overall a pretty good movie. You got some annoying parts, but overall it's pretty good. Pretty good emotionally. I hate to say Ezra Miller did a good job. He did a terrible job and a good job at the same time.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I've been reading stuff, but not spoilery stuff. I mean, granted, some things kind of got spoiled. Like there's a lot of cameos and stuff.
There's a lot of cameos.
But everyone's saying the story's good. The acting's pretty good, but the graphics are just dog
awful.
shit.
Oh my god, the CGI is awful. Like sometimes
that's what I heard. It's so bad.
How do you delay a movie 6 months and not fix the CGI? Like what the hell?
Yeah, that's what I hear. A lot of people are talking about. It's like, with that, just like
there are parts where you're looking at it like, okay,
you
didn't fix that. That looks terrible.
Yeah,
that looks like it came out like a 7-year-old did. Like I'm watching a VCR of this one. This is terrible. Like
VCR, fix the tracking.
What are you doing?
You go up. No, back down. No, but so Andy Muschietti, because I was kind of talking about him a little bit because he is confirmed to be directing the Batman Brave and the Bold movie now. So he's the director of this movie. So people are all saying like he's a great director. He knows how to handle the character. Yep. Keep him far away from the VFX team.
It is so bad. I don't even understand. I remember watching it and people were like, ugh.
Yeah.
I don't want to say points, but you're like, ugh, someone should have done better with that. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't look like a person.
Yeah. Well, so he came out and defended it. I believe was it today or yesterday? I forgot, but I did see a quote from him. I don't know. I don't have the quote in front of me, but paraphrasing, he was basically saying it was done on purpose because it's all seen through the flash and everything is distorted because of his.
That's not even a problem. I totally understand it. No, it looks awful. Some things just look
just bad.
Awful. Yeah.
Yeah. So like everyone shows up. Everyone shows up when you show up. The only one that was hanging out with him was Brandon, which we'll get into it a little bit because I know Brandon wants to hate on Avatar, which I'm all for. The CGI is horrible. It's comical. That's right.
It really is. I mean,
what's up, Drew?
I'm literally watching it, and we're looking like, come on, guys. I mean, some of it was just stupid. Like, there's no reason that you didn't make this better.
Mm-hmm.
You had all the chances to make this better, but the story is great. I mean, it is by far. I mean, I love Flashpoint already. I have all the comic books Flashpoint. I love Flashpoint.
Yeah, it's a good. Yeah, it's a great run.
It's a great story, and it works for the DC so well. Oh my god, what they did is spot on. It's going to work so well for DC, and they're going to be able to explain everything out. So I understand why they placed it where it placed it.
Yeah,
I understand why they held it to this point in time.
Okay,
but man, CGI is terrible. I love the cameos. I love the things that I saw. They did a great job with all of it. So
yeah. So I know we're not doing an official review yet. I guess we'll just count this as your because I'm seeing it tomorrow. I know I did talk to Brandon before I jumped on live, and he said he's probably gonna see it as well. You know, I think you convinced him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, because he was gonna boycott it for a little bit, not boycott it, but not support it. I don't know, but
still kind of boycotting it. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, but I think he's gonna go see it, and
it's worth the seeing, and you're going to be happy you saw it. Man, there's some people in it. I can't wait to talk about it on Monday because there's some people in it that I'm huge fans of now. Huge fans of. And Michael Keaton, oh my god,
he's the best. He's the best. That's why I said it was like, I'm sorry if you didn't grew up in the 90s and didn't experience Keaton firsthand, but he is the best Batman. Like, I don't even see this film. He is the best Batman. He's the best Batman. Like,
but Ben Affleck is great too.
Ben Affleck is great. But
and seeing it, honestly, it makes me I'm upset that we didn't get Ben Affleck in a better story in his own thing.
I'm sure.
I was watching. I was like, oh
yeah. We got a brooding, bashing, head bashing, version of Batman, which is okay. But if you're gonna go that route, then he needs to be older. He needs to be older. And Ben Affleck is old, but he ain't that old. You know what I mean?
I don't know. He looks old in this one. He does. Yeah. But the versions of Batman that you get are interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all you say. That's all I want. I want to leave it just at that. You know, I don't want to tell anything. Yeah.
So everyone's already talking about everyone's already talking about like it being the best comic book movie ever.
No, it's not the best comic. It's not the best comic book movie that came out this month.
Okay,
let alone ever. It's the Flashpoint is in my opinion the best run that I've ever seen. Like it's my favorite overall run, and more than Green Lantern, more than all the Dark Knight ones. But it's my favorite comic book run. Even though I am definitely the Blackest Night. Definitely got me into that. That is really, really, really good. You're so right,
dude. But it is good.
But Flashpoint is still like I feel like it's the best one you could ever have.
Yeah. I mean, Flashpoint was the original. Well, I don't say the original.
It's like the best reset. It's the best reset of everything.
Yeah. It because that's what I'm trying to think. Like, was Flashpoint the first like crisis, and whenever they did a crisis in DC, it was like you said, it's a reset. It's like everything starts new, and now you have new number ones and everything. They just did a reset in DC Comics recently, and everyone's getting new number ones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Flashpoint, I believe, was like one of the first ones that I can think of. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, leave a comment, let me know that this was better. But that was definitely the biggest like crisis thing. Like Blackest Night was a crisis, but it didn't reset. It didn't reset the universe.
It didn't because you still had multiple.
Everything just kind of continued on. Yeah. Like it brought things back without resetting, which was cool. But yeah,
like I mean, the Infinity Sagas, even with Marvel, and then we're gonna bring in Secret Wars and all the Secret and all that stuff is gonna be good. There's nothing like Flashpoint because it makes perfect sense with the character. It meshes so well, and it just is a perfect reset. So I mean, that storyline might be the best storyline. So that's why you can't really get away from it.
Yeah.
But as far as Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse is way better. Way better movie.
Okay. That's good enough. So, and then Xavier said, I saw by chance a friendly stranger let me use one of his tickets since his buddy didn't show up. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. I hope he bought him some popcorn or something because that is awesome.
I was there. I was going to buy the Flash popcorn, and I was like, I have nowhere to put it.
Did you? I was gonna ask you because I saw on Twitter a bunch of people bought it. So
I was just like, I have nowhere to put it. I don't know where else I'm gonna. I gotta get two more shelves to put all this crap up.
What he said, and he shared his large popcorn with me. I was like, "Whoa, there you go, man. That is a friend for life."
Hey, we did that too, though. I mean, because me and Tank both wanted Optimus Prime, right? But I went to go back and get him. But I got him, it came a popcorn and a drink. So every time I got my Optimus Prime popcorn thing, I got him a large popcorn and a drink. I gave it away to a kid. And then this time when I went and got Tanks, I gave it to a large popcorn, large drink to like a classroom. And they shared the popcorn, shared the drink. We get the drink to the teacher, and they shared everything else.
Nice. So, because I know you said you saw them when you picked up yours.
Yep.
He was buying the tickets, so you got.
They happened to be there. I was
that's awesome. That's awesome. That's cool. Yeah, because that big. It's a massive thing of popcorn. It's a big boy, So it could feed a class of kids. And then so Brandon Davis said, "I bet the Flash is better than Blue Beetle."
I think Blue Beetle is gonna be amazing, and for them to say that they're going to start the DC universe with Blue Beetle. It has to be amazing. Yeah. So, because I don't think we talked about it live because it was after our show. We haven't.
James Gunn announced on a podcast that Blue Beetle will be the first DCU character, but Superman will be the first DCU movie.
Exactly.
So I'm like, that's cool. So. Like it or not, Brandon, like Blue Beetle is going to stick around for a little while.
Which is cool because, we were always asking, so why would you do this? Bring a new character and not
brand
flush
new
him out,
Yeah.
And they're like, because we're not going to do that. We are going to flush him out. We are going to give him an opportunity to be part of this thing.
Yeah.
And a young character like that makes so much more sense. He's basically your Iron Man. You know, you already have
Kinda
Superman,
like an alien Iron Man. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it works, especially with the stuff he's doing.
Yeah. If they do the storyline that Young Justice did with Blue Beetle and all the beetles, all the scarabs and stuff like that, I'm cool with that, man. If they make that into like a little movie miniseries, like a trilogy, just that, I'm down because that was a good story.
I just need them to get off the ground.
Yeah.
Right now, DC needs to get off the ground. From when I saw this Flash movie, I'm positive Flash will make at least $800 million. I'm positive.
Okay.
Do I make $1 billion? The CGI had to be better to make $1 billion. I don't think it hits the $1 billion mark, but it will make a lot of money. Ezra Miller did a great job, and I don't even like saying it, but it is what it is, you know.
Yeah. So real quick, so I kind of wanted just to kind of talk about Flash because kind of get ready for it.
Yeah.
So we got your like first take with it real quick, and then also Ezra Miller was at the red carpet event, which makes sense. Obviously, you want him there because he is the star, but he was very limited. Like he was told, "You do not talk, my dude." Like I think he talked to just a few select people, and everything he said was like, "Thank you, Warner Brothers. Thank you, Zaslav. Thank you, blah blah blah. Like this is great. I love it." But it kept it insanely simple.
It's
super simple.
Part of my plan. What I told you what's going to happen. They're going to try to keep him from saying anything stupid. They're going to try to wait for it to die down. They're going to let the Flash make all this money, and Ezra Miller will still be the Flash going forward.
I hope not, man.
It's going to happen.
We'll see.
You know how much I wanted someone else's Barry Allen, but I'm telling you, he's going to be it. He's going to be it for a while.
Yeah. We'll see. Like you said, man, it's close, but I forgot I think it was John Campbell. I was watching one of his clips, and he was like saying, he goes, it makes sense that he has to be on the red carpet. Yep. Because if he's not on the red carpet, then it becomes an even bigger scene and story. Like, oh my God, he's not there. So he had to be there, and I'm sure they're like he had to have like a zap collar, like hooked up to his neck or something. You couldn't see if he said something. You got like James Gunn sitting there and like, shut up.
I think that they told him, if you want any chance of continuing this character, say nothing, say less.
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing. I mean, they did a good job with the story. I was going to say something about the movie, but I want everyone to just enjoy.
Yeah, go watch
what it is
right now. If you are on Twitter, be careful because they've been ruined. They've been spoiling it since CinemaCon a month ago, and especially this last week, it has been just
don't go on anything.
I've been avoiding Twitter.
I haven't watched Den of Nerds in 2 weeks. It's because I don't even want to try.
Yeah, I kind of stopped watching him so much. He was getting a little whiny.
He's who he is.
Yeah. Like I get it. Like you hate Lucasfilm. Stop talking about
it. What's her name? Sasha Cal? What's that?
Yeah. Supergirl.
Dude, oh my God. If I was a decade younger, boy.
Everyone said she crushed it. She was great.
Man, my wife was like, "Oh my God, who is that?" Like, yeah, I know. It's just wow.
Yeah,
now, she just crushed it, but she looked beautiful and powerful, and it was just so good.
Yeah, I like that she's more of she's not brunette. I think she was just like, but she had black hair, right?
Yeah, it was almost black hair.
Yeah. So because Cavill has black hair too, so it would make sense that they would, do that because they have to be cousins technically.
Well, no, just don't even worry about that.
Yeah. So, well, there you go. But I did like that rather than the blonde. I'm like the blonde's cool, but I don't know. Maybe it's a personal preference, but yeah. But yeah. So and she just looked badass from all the trailers and everything so far. She just looked really badass, and I was hoping she would be good. Already, there's a lot of people petitioning her to be Supergirl in James Gunn's.
I just want her to continue
next
to be
iteration.
Yeah, but it's gonna be hard. But I just want her to continue. Yeah, no matter what, I would love to see her continue as a Supergirl somehow.
Yeah,
she does an amazing job, really.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And then Xavier said, I think word of mouth will help it out.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think people will say, because people are probably on, you know, like, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. It's on the ledge. I'm like, am I gonna go see it or not? And then someone tells you, well, the story just is too good. It really is.
Yeah,
you're probably gonna check it out. And then you see it, you can tell someone else on, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. And it just keeps on going on and on and on. I think it wins this weekend.
yeah,
I
easily.
think it makes. I'm gonna still say I still think it's gonna make $82 million. I'm still going with that number.
I think it was trending last time I saw 75. I think it was at 75.
Because they said before 70 and now 75. I think as we go along, and especially because it's Father's Day weekend, another thing that helps it out. And I think it gets to 80, a little bit over $80 million.
Yeah, I can see that. And then we got Brandon says, I'll try to hit the Flash this weekend. You know, I mean, the thing was like, it was already saying like it's the best comic book movie ever. James Gunn said that, like Zaslav, a bunch of people said it, and I'm like, all right, you're probably a little biased because you know it's your thing. You know, well, granted, it's more Zaslav because he's the head dude of everything. Maybe a little less than for James Gunn, but you know, I think he's in charge of the new DC, so he has to at least kind of hype it up and not completely ruin it like he did Shazam. You know, I mean, it being a bad movie and people are already like, it doesn't matter, so why do I care? You know, just made it just complete crapped out. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was really, I mean, she did a great job. It was cool seeing Latina Superman. It was Supergirl. It was very cool seeing it. I saw a report that she originally had a bigger role.
Okay.
And it was like an R-rated scene.
Yeah.
Which I think she killed somebody or something like that. And they cut it. It's a deleted scene. But they said that, you know, the violence was too much and it was almost R-rated violence. So they kind of cut it from the movie.
Yeah. So, I mean, was it pretty violent already?
There's a lot of stuff happening, but violence, no, not that bad. Like people weren't blowing up. Like,
yeah, cities weren't just collapsing with the fight. Well, that's a big complaint a lot of people were having was because of all the backlash it was getting that Metropolis just got like demolished with the Superman and Zod fight, that they decided to put it in like a middle of the desert fight this time. Did it make sense why they were there?
It totally did.
Okay, so it's not like, hey, you know, because like in Dragon Ball Z, if you ever watch Dragon Ball Z, like Goku all the time is like, hey, let's go fight over there so we don't mess with anybody. And it was really just like to keep the animation costs as low as possible, you know, but that was what they would do, you know. It's like, I thought that was always funny.
No, they made it make sense. I'm telling you, it's well written. Everything in this movie is well written. You're not going to be confused by any of that.
Okay. Yeah.
There's nothing that happens that you're gonna be like, what the hell?
Yeah, that made no sense.
Yeah.
So Andy's, what's up, Andy? DC definitely deserve an award for recycling. Fingers crossed they start showing us new things in Gunn's era.
Dude, there's a lot of recycled scenes that I saw one that I knew I saw before, like in like late 90s.
Oh, that recycled.
Like,
wow.
Yeah, okay. I saw this one thing. I was like, oh, I know I've seen this before. Yeah. And it's awesome. It was an awesome thing to see though.
Yeah.
Because all times.
Well, real quick, I don't know if Andy you heard, but Blue Beetle is going to be. It's not a DCU film, but that character is going to be a DCU character. I don't know what that means. It's like, oh, that's our character, but his movie's not our first movie. But I was like, but you're using him, so isn't this his like? Maybe it's a prequel, well, not prequel. What do they call it? Like epilogue.
It's one of when you what's it called when you introduce the thing.
Like before the story kind of thing. I can't think of
no, but I don't think it's that. It's more what's it called when you're showing how he became the Blue Beetle. Like it's
like an origin
story. Yeah, so it'd be like an origin story, and like it'll be like Batman Begins to the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight's the real thing you want, but Batman Begins is important to show you how you got to that point. I can see that.
Yeah,
way.
You know, but I think years later, that's going to be a conversation if they decide to keep that Blue Beetle, which James Gunn said he did. Now it's going to be like, oh, does this movie count or don't count? You know, that kind of thing. You're going to have an argument there.
I think it will count, though.
Yeah, I think it will.
Yeah.
But right now, he obviously doesn't want that to be like the first one. Like he has to hype up Superman. He goes, no, Superman's the first one. But
especially he's the one
know.
writing. He's directing. He wants to do the one. He wants to be in control of his own fate.
Yeah,
that's why I think it comes across.
Yeah. But so one thing I did hear was that this is DC's version of Across the Spider-Verse / No Way Home. Like that's their version, and it's not slamming the movie because both movies, like No Way Home, was a great. I had a fun time with No Way Home. After rewatches, you kind of nitpick a little bit, but it was a fun time. And obviously, Across the Spider-Verse was arguably one of the best comic book movies ever made, probably.
Yeah, no, I think I'm right now. Across the Spider-Verse is number one for me.
Yeah,
after seeing it now, it's 3 times. It's number one for me.
3 times.
Yeah, this movie is very good. I think the more you're gonna see it, the more you're gonna realize they did a wonderful job just making it. I mean, and directing it and all this stuff. But just the CGI is always going to ruin those things for you.
Yeah, which is just I think that upsets more people too because it's like it's not only you had bad CGI, but you had bad CGI for that whole time. You had time to fix it. You literally could have gave it to one person, and that's all he could have done for the last 6 months.
But that's what my wife actually was saying. Understand that they didn't want to put any more money into this. They didn't know if it was going to ever come out. They didn't know what was going to happen. So I think they just left it as is and said, all right, we're not doing the reshoots. We're not doing anything. We're either adding or cutting. That's it.
Yeah, that makes a lot. That's a really good point. That makes a lot of sense. You're like, you know what? We don't know what it's going to be or where it's going to go. So you kind of deal with it and give us a BS explanation of that's on purpose. Like, no, it's not. Shut up. Like, But yeah, that is a really good point. A lot of people are talking about the graphics and how it's kind of like they're just not good. They're not even like, it's okay. Like people are saying like they suck. They are not good. Real quick. Xavier said Across the Spider-Verse still handles the multiverse the best.
Easily. Easily. It's hands down.
I don't even have to.
Even seeing Flash, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Hands down, this is the best one. Best thing to do for multiverse.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about I want to see Spider-Man again. Just like with time. But then that's my question to you is if you have extra time, like you're like, you know what, I can go to movies right now. Are you gonna see Spider-Man again or the Flash again?
I'll see Spider-Man again.
Yeah. Okay.
I've already seen it twice. I will see it again.